There's no shortage of action in Netflix's MCU shows, but the IGN staff came together to compile our favorite fights from all the series. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert! You better be caught up on your Netflix Marvel shows. Here's a breakdown of the best battles. The Marvel Netflix gold standard. In only the second episode of Daredevil, this fight set the bar high for the rest of the Netflix MCU shows. This long single shot builds tension and gets your heart pounding as you see the entire excellently choreographed sequence play out in frame, never taking a break and never cheating the audience of genuine action. When Daredevil finally beats the final bad guy, he's so tired that he trips and topples over one of his foes, and the viewer feels just as exhausted as he is. Unlike Daredevil, Luke Cage doesn't need lots of fancy acrobatics to kick some serious bad guy butt. In this exhilarating scene, we see just how strong Luke is. The scene is important because it also provides us with a better understanding of who Luke is. A hero for Harlem who cannot be bought by Cottonmouth's money. Luke doesn't hesitate once the bullets start flying, proving that he's not someone criminals should mess with.
We don't want to book you, but we do need to know exactly what you did to our friend. Misty?
Iron Fist Season 2 significantly improved its martial arts showdowns from Season 1. Our favorite fight, which looks like something straight from Streets of Rage, sees Misty Knight and Colleen Wing go toe-to-toe with the Crane sisters. Seeing Colleen and Misty each show off their different styles of combat was a cool showcase of their respective skill sets. If anything was a case study for why we need a Daughters of the Dragon spin-off, it was this fight.
Now, let's try this again.
You okay, sir?
Yes.
Get in your apartment. Lock the door.
What about you?
I'm good.
How do you top a fight as amazing as Daredevil Season 1's hallway fight? You have an even more intense one take place in a stairwell. This fight stands out because of the way Daredevil uses his surroundings, slamming his opponents into doors, throwing them down the stairwell, and whipping around a chain in addition to his signature fisticuffs. This action sequence really steps up the series' realistic, rough choreography, all captured in long, continuous shots in typical Daredevil cinematic fashion.
You always did care too goddamn much.
Please.
Frank and Billy's violent showdown at the amusement park is one of the most horrific fights on our list, filled with enough blood and shredded flesh to make the most battle-hardened viewer squeamish. What makes the fight so impactful is the heavy emotional baggage Billy and Frank have acquired after such a long friendship. Frank puts down his enemies by any means necessary, and this graphic example is a great reminder of that.
When you look at your ugly, mangled face, I can remember what you did.
Come on! You?
Me.
Honestly, we needed more of this in Defenders. The battle makes the list because it's next level cool to see the Defenders unite with all their fighting styles coming together in this melee. While many aspects of the show may have seemed disjointed and slow, this fight is fast-paced and flows so damn well. All of the four main heroes' styles gelled perfectly to take down the enemy, reminding us why the idea of the Defenders was so cool in the first place. Daredevil versus Bullseye versus Kingpin. Could we have asked for a better ending to Season 3? It's not just the mix of Kingpin's brute strength with Daredevil's speed and acrobatics on top of Bullseye's marksmanship. It's that Fisk is trying to kill Daredevil, Bullseye is trying to kill Fisk, and Matt is trying to both kill Fisk and stop Fisk from killing Bullseye. Oh, and Vanessa is in the midst of this as well. The final fight of the season is the culmination of 13 episodes of Kingpin's manipulation, and the balancing act of the action plays to all three characters' strengths and fight styles.
Come on! Kill me! No! God knows I want to, but you don't get to destroy who I am!
Ever since it was revealed that Bullseye would be a key villain in Daredevil's third season, we were waiting for the iconic Marvel villain to face off with the Devil of Hell's Kitchen, and their first showdown did not disappoint. Daredevil may have the upper hand in hand-to-hand combat, but when it's a ranged attack, Bullseye constantly sets Matt on the defensive. In fact, this is one of the rare fights on this list where our hero actually loses at the end.
You're stronger than me. You can push him out.
I can't.
Jessica Jones and Luke Cage don't have many fights on this list simply because their brawler fighting styles tend to not be as cinematic or epic as their martial arts skewing fellow defenders. Even so, there was something especially affecting and horrifying about the late season 1 Jessica Jones episode where Kilgrave took control of Luke Cage's mind and had him duke it out with his then flame Jessica. It's the stakes of this fight that haven't made this list as much as how brutal it was, with Jessica trying to take down the near-invincible man without killing him.
Do what you gotta do.
Building off the legacy of Daredevil's show-stopping single-take fights, Season 3 delivered arguably the most impressively executed showdown to date. From the choreography to the stunts work, the way this epic 10-minute-long prison riot shows Matt as a hero who will always get up and keep fighting was effective for his arc. But more than anything, this scene was just cool to watch as it kept going and going and going. What are your favorite fights in the Marvel Netflix shows? Let us know in the comments section. And for more, check out the stars of Daredevil breaking down that big Bullseye fight, plus that ending explained. For all things Marvel, be sure to like and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.